Welcome to this quarantine haul plus library haul. I've basically been slowly building up books, slowly buying books across like months throughout quarantine, and I've put up books on the bookshelf behind me, and you may have already seen them in a few videos if you paid attention to my bookshelf, but whatever. I'm going to talk about why I got the books, what books they are specifically, what they're about, what draws me to them. This first book is a big one, and also one I've been wanting to read forever. It is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. This is a middle grade, though it's not the size of a middle grade, that's for sure, that involves like mythology, which I love a lot, and obviously the art and the cover is so beautiful. I love everything about this book without having read it yet. I can only imagine the plot is about this boy named Tristan punching a hole in the sky eventually, and I hope it's as fun as it seems like it'll be from all the reviews that I've seen on BookTube. So this is a library book. I don't own this, but if I like it enough, I'll definitely go find it and buy it later. Next up, The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. Yet another book, yet another middle grade that I've been going on and on about, I don't know, on the internet, like comment sections, Twitter, about I really wanted to read this for so long, and it just seems like the perfect cozy autumn read. As far as I know, it's about a little girl who gets involved in like these spooky things going on, or something like a witch is raising her or something. I don't know. I barely read the blurb. I was just like, oh, this book, yep. I picked it up, took it home. Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power, the same author as Wilder Girls, which came out last year, I think. This seems to be like a domestic psychological thriller mystery thing. Kind of reminds me of I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick. That's why I picked it up. This is a YA, but considerably shorter than those other two books I just talked about. Yet another a library book, yet another autumny, vibey book, just maybe because it's orange. I don't know. I'm excited for this. And now a book that I've read before. I've read this twice before, I think, in different forms. I love the movie Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I love it. I love it so much. I'm excited to relive one of my favorite middle grades through book form. I also love the graphic novel, but weirdly enough, I don't own either of them. Next up, a book I've actually already started reading, The Owls Have Come to Take Us Away by Ronald Smith. Did I get that right? Yes. Do you see the cover? Look at the cover. I love that the woods are like in the shape of an alien head, because guess what? This is a middle grade about a kid who is obsessed with aliens, and yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of halfway through. I really like it. It's nice. I love, I just really enjoy middle grades like this that really look into like the kids, or the main character's mind, and it's kind of like a mix of a journal and a novel. It's really cute. I picked it up initially just because it had owl in the title, and then when I actually looked at the blurb, it seemed cool, so I picked it up. The last of the library books in this portion of the haul is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. No, I have never read this before. It always just scared me, like intimidated me. I love that there are pictures all over it inside. It seems like a pretty unique book. I know nothing about it except for the premise, about a boy who stumbles across this mysterious orphanage full of really weird and creepy kids. I hope it lives up to its popularity. If you've been following my channel for a certain amount of time, you may recognize that this is a series I've been collecting for like 2 or 3 years-ish. This is book 2 in the Angelic Letters series. Book 1 I've had for a long time. I got it signed by the author. And I have book 1 and book 4. I own those two, and now I found book 2. Basically, I'm just running around trying to own all of them and then reading the whole thing through as I go along. And yeah, you probably haven't heard of this. It seems popular but also not popular at the same time. It's let's see, a coming of age story that follows the lives of these two particular people. It's kind of like realistic but with some fantasy elements, and it follows from the first book to the last book, from the kid's like youth when he was a teenager and he met the girl that it's kind of like a romance series from when he met the girl to when they're both like really old, and it's very interesting to me, very intriguing. Yeah, I would recommend it if you want to get into some adult fiction. I wasn't expecting to like it all those years ago, but I do. Amulet, the graphic novel series. I have loved this series since I was very little, and I'm now starting to collect the entire thing. I think it was either earlier this year or late last year I was reading all the books through the library, and now I'm going backwards and buying them in the same order, basically. So this is the first book. I love the art, I love the story. If you haven't read this and you're a graphic novels fan, a fan of graphic novels, please do. It's wonderful. I can't get enough of it. I can't believe it's still publishing unless I'm wrong. It's an ongoing series that's been going on since the early 2000s. This is probably one of my favorite graphic novel series of all time. At last, we begin with the manga. Fruits Basket, Volume 1. I've read this, I've watched it. It was one of the first, the early 2000s one, I think it was 2001, was one of the first anime I ever watched. And then the reboot that happened recently has been amazing, better than the original in my opinion because it's closer to the manga. And now I'm thinking, you know what? I want to collect the entire manga series. It's not that long anyways, whatever. It means a lot to me. Oh. The art style is outdated. Do I care? I think it looks really pretty. I think the art is amazing. You get used to it, just like I got used to the art style in the early 2000s adaptation. This story means so much to me. Just, it's more than like a rom-com fantasy. It's so well written. It's a masterpiece in my eyes. One of my favorite manga of all time. After getting like a used copy of Volume 1, I'm thinking to then get the collector's editions, the special ones, to maybe like save money. I don't know. We'll see. I can't wait to own the entire thing. Same as the Amulet series. I've loved this since I was very young. Okay, now for the real star of this video. Because you see, this block right here is all basically the same thing. And you know what that is? This is an entire series, my second favorite manga series of all time, which I've reread countless times. I got the collector's box set. I will show you. It's this one right here that you've been looking at for a while. A Silent Voice. Look at that pretty art. A Silent Voice. And then this is where the manga volumes go. Let me show you the box a little more. I know you care so much. Look at this art. Look at it. So yeah, here's a better look of the actual volume. This is Volume 1. A Silent Voice. Have you read it? Have you watched the movie? Please do. Please do. Oh my goodness. It's about a young boy trying to reconcile with the deaf girl he used to bully in elementary school. And it follows them now through high school, and he feels so bad for what he's done. I cannot express how much I love this series. I don't want to talk too much because I feel like I could talk for 10-20 minutes about this volume alone, never mind the rest of the full series. So yes, that's what it's about. It discusses very, very like heavy, important themes like depression and bullying, and wow. In the box set, when I ordered it online, it came with this little thing. It's pretty much useless. It's supposed to replicate one of the characters' communication notebook, the deaf girl that she uses. She writes in to introduce herself to the class. It's too sacred for me to write in it. It's too tiny for me to write much in it anyways, so I feel like I'm just gonna always have it and not use it. The box set also came with this poster on one side. It's a pretty cheap poster, but I don't care. On one side you see the Nishimiya sisters, some of the main characters, at a festival, a very like important festival in the story. And then the other side we have To Your Eternity, which is the other manga series, soon to be an anime by the same manga author, which is also very good, by the way. If you are more into fantasy, sci-fi stuff, action stuff, then check this out. It will make you cry anyways. You can't escape tears when you're reading something by the author, Yashitoki Oima. She's amazing. Really. Okay, final book. It may have gone overshadowed a bit by A Silent Voice, but it's Caress by Marissa Mayer. I've gone on and on about the Lunar Chronicles series as well, and the new covers? I'm gonna get them all. I will. I'm gonna catch them all like Pokemon. Caress is basically the Rapunzel part. This is book 3 out of 4. Now comes the part where I set up an epic thumbnail, for an epic book haul thumbnail. Let's see if I can survive this. Hey! I'm serious, this is very heavy. Did you see how big the books were? This is very, very heavy. My poor arm. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh. Alright, it's a tower. It's a tower that will actually give me a concussion if it falls. Does this look good? I hope this video is entertaining. I hope the thumbnail turned out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you. There isn't a set schedule yet, but there will be soon, so yeah.